Kick off the weekend with Dave, Lois and Clark's Terry Hatcher, and Jon Stewart, all on tonight's Late Show. Thanks for watching CBS. Now your local news.
Hi, this is Dan Jones. Coming up next on Newsbreak, a big train collision just outside of Washington, D.C. tonight. It involves an Amtrak passenger train bound for Chicago. And Laurencia Bembenek is back behind bars in Milwaukee. Those stories and more coming up next. Hello, I'm Dan Jones. A big train collision just outside of Washington, D.C. tonight. An Amtrak passenger train and a local commuter train collided during a heavy snowstorm this evening. At least 6 people are reported dead, many others injured. This was the Amtrak Capital Limited train, which runs between Washington, D.C. and Chicago. The collision occurred in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is just north of D.C. It was such a forceful collision that some of the train cars were actually thrown off the track. One of Milwaukee's most infamous convicted killers is back behind bars tonight in jail in Milwaukee. Laurencia Bembenek, seen here in a mugshot taken today, was arrested last night at her apartment on Milwaukee's east side near Oakland and North Avenues. Bembenek was arrested on charges which included possession of cocaine and marijuana.
When I saw her in the building, she was always very friendly and her friends seemed nice, and we would talk in passing in the hallway. She was always a nice person.
So then are you surprised about what happened?
I am surprised about the charges, yes. Certainly not anything I would expect around here, especially in my building.
Now 37 years old, Bembenek was convicted back in 1982 of murdering her husband's ex-wife. 8 years later, she escaped from prison to Cheetah, fled to Canada, was captured, brought back here, and eventually paroled in 1992 after the original charges were dismissed, and she pled guilty to lesser charges. As we enter the last weekend before the big New Hampshire primary, the main question is, who's ahead? And this campaign is getting nasty. Here's Regina Blakely.
With just days before the primary, tracking polls show Senator Bob Dole and just about all the other candidates are going to have to visit many more bakeries to win over New Hampshire voters. In fact, many Republicans here remain unimpressed with the entire field.
If that's a sample of what the Republicans are, we don't want any more of them.
There was just too much bickering. They weren't even talking about the issues. They were just talking about each other's faults.
But despite voter appeals, the negative ads that many credit for the low turnout in Iowa continue to run. Dole attacking Lamar Alexander, who continues to pick up support.
Liberal on taxes, liberal on spending, and too liberal on crime. Lamar Alexander. He's not what he pretends to be.
Pat Buchanan, who many believe has a chance to score an upset victory, striking out at Dole or striking out at him.
What desperate falsehoods Bob must resort to in his failing campaign.
And with the ads come the explanations.
When he comes at me and he keeps up these negative ads and these attacks, I can't let them go in unanswered.
We do have a right to defend ourselves. And there's no problem. Comparison ads are okay. They're not negative ads.
But for many, enough is enough.
I'm not going to vote.
So candidates are looking for those who will. Steve Forbes has dropped the negative ads, opting instead for traditional New Hampshire campaigning.
Oh, all the way, guys.
The same for Alexander, walking the New Hampshire streets. President Clinton becomes part of the equation tomorrow when he travels through New Hampshire, bringing home the question loud and clear to Republicans, just which candidate can mount a serious challenge to the president come November. Regina Blakely, CBS News, Bedford.
Actor McLean Stevenson, who played Colonel Henry Blake in the hit TV series MASH, has died of a heart attack in Los Angeles at the age of 66. Here's a look back at the career of one very funny man.
For 3 years in the mid-70s, he was part of the biggest sitcom on TV, presiding over the out-of-control addicts at an Army surgical unit, the somewhat befuddled, goofy Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake.
What's that over there, Colonel?
Officer's quarters, sir.
And there?
That's our four-place latrine, sir.
The role won Stevenson a Golden Globe and an Emmy nomination.
May I remind you, sir, we're fighting a war?
Well, that certainly explains all the noise at night.
At the height of this starring role, Stevenson left the show for other acting jobs, but never any as big.
Hey, I just own a few mini malls.
Oh, your wife must be very proud of you.
Actually, we're divorced.
Oh, I'm terribly, terribly sorry.
Stevenson was born in Bloomington, Illinois. His father, a heart surgeon. He didn't get into acting until he was 31, instead working as a salesman and on his cousin, Adlai Stevenson's losing presidential campaign. Actor Gary Burghoff, who played Radar O'Reilly on MASH, said today of Stevenson, "My personal sense of loss is magnified 1,000 times by what this kind, funny gentleman has meant to all those who knew him." Besides his wife, Stevenson leaves a son and a daughter. Tricia Toyota for CBS News.
Back in a minute with the forecast.
It's all on sale now at your Home Life Furniture store. Save on every piece of furniture and bedding, from living rooms to dining rooms to mattresses. Use your Sears card and save an extra 10% and get 0% finance charge till May. Look for special feature items like this Bayberry sofa, love seat, and chair. Or a Topeka casual dining set with 2 free armchairs. So hurry in before Monday. The Home Life Furniture store from Sears. It's everything you need to bring your home to life.
On the next Extra, Oscar nominee Brad Pitt has worked hard to create an image for himself in Hollywood.
He's being pretty shrewd about his career.
So why does the sexiest man in America want you to forget about his pretty face?
I think he's very brave to do that.
We'll tell you. Then Baywatch beauty Gina Lee Nolan sheds her bikini for the ultimate wintertime fantasy.
So here I go, and you're going to join me.
Plus, some people swear it works. But what's the big mystery behind this new miracle diet? The story's on Extra.
Monday night at 6:30 on CBS 58.
Okay, a quick look at a cold forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Some light snow. By morning, we could see 1 to 3 inches through the viewing area. Lows in the mid-teens. Tomorrow, snow ending in the morning, so you'll have plenty of time to shovel. Partly cloudy the rest of the day. Highs in the mid-20s. And Sunday, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 30s and lows in the teens. Back with the Letterman lineup right after this.
On an all-new Highlander.
What do you know about dark quickenings? It's a myth. Something changed him.
McCloud must risk his own damnation.
In a dark quickening, if you take in too much evil, you overload.
It's the one episode you can't afford to miss.
Because there can be only one? Is that what this is all about?
That's as good a reason as any.
On Highlander.
Saturday night at 11 on CBS 58.
On an all-new Lonesome Dove, they took his money.
Beg me for your life.
No, I have a chance. Left him for dead.
You're looking for the McSweens. I know. Just find them.
But now they'll feel Mosby's wrath.
He won't rest till we find you.
You're in this just as deep. It's a deadly double cross.
Somebody in my town betrayed me.
You won't want to miss.
Could have sworn you said you'd never heard of them.
Lonesome Dove, The Outlaw Years.
Sunday night at 10:15 on CBS 58.
Thank you so much for watching the show. Extra is next, followed by The Late Show with David Letterman. Dave's guests tonight include actor-comedian Jon Stewart and the pretty actress who plays Lois Lane on the TV series Superman, Terry Hatcher. Have a great weekend.